Welcome to 99th Monkey Liberty News for Thursday, November 6th, 2014. I'm beginning this morning with this article from Weir. Weir interview on Greenspan's Golden Agenda. And there's a claim that Alan Greenspan and a few others made a determination in the 60s to destroy the financial system in order to put pressure on the U.S., force a return to a gold standard. And there are some links here. If you're interested in the financial system, it might be worth your time to investigate this to some extent. I think many of us in the Liberty Movement have come to think of Alan Greenspan as one of the bad guys. Sometimes it's difficult to make the determination who the white hats are and who the bad guys are. It appeared that GMO labeling had lost in Oregon, and I think I even stated that yesterday in the video. But there is still a possibility that it could pass. The last I saw, I think that it was 50.33% to 49.6% or something like that. So people are believing that GMO labeling could still pass in Oregon. And it just doesn't seem like there's any logical reason why it wouldn't, really, because people in Oregon seem to be quite aware of these kinds of issues. California didn't pass the GMO labeling bill, and that seemed a little suspicious. But living in California, I did see the ad campaign, and it was obvious they had spent a lot of money. They just blitzed television advertising on local stations, and I think they may have persuaded some people that way, but hopefully it didn't work well enough in Oregon, and hopefully there wasn't voter fraud, and hopefully this will end up passing. Some people I know are excited about election results and make a lot of bold claims about it, about the results, and I don't feel that confident in the results. I don't feel that confident in the system. But at the same time, I don't feel like there's a solution. I don't feel like we've reached some kind of a turning point. But I do feel that there is an open door. I do feel, and that's a very subjective matter. It's just something that I feel, that there is an opportunity to kind of reform our country. And I hope that we're able to take advantage of this moment, and not feel that we've accomplished something with the elections, but feel that we have the opportunity to accomplish something. Mario Murillo has some great articles, and he evidently feels fairly confident about the election results. Voters' verdict explodes 5 Democratic myths, and he has the myths here. And it's tempting to, read Mario's article and be excited and be enthusiastic. But I think, the reality is, we understand that the people who are the social engineers, they might alter their plan, but they're not going to change their agenda. So we need to continue to be aware of their agenda. We need to continue to resist evil. And I was thinking of a Bible verse, and there's a lot of great things here. Obama is now a wounded animal. Here's what's going to happen in the next 3 days, and this is kind of a warning from Mario that Obama will unleash a bombardment on our entire system of government. And Mario just shows tremendous wisdom and put Obama under White House arrest. That's a good suggestion. But back to the idea of, feeling like things are better, and the overall agenda that is still very much in force. I was thinking about this Bible verse. They have healed also the wound of the daughter of my people lightly and neglectfully, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace. And the Republicans might want to say to us now, peace, peace. Of course, what they're probably really going to say, literally, is war, war. They'll probably be very likely to stir up some more conflicts and get us involved in more wars. But in saying this, peace, peace, when there is no peace, I'm referring to saying, okay, everything's okay now in the government. You can just trust us. We got it. We got it. Well, they don't got it. And we need to be very much aware of that. And the idea of reforming and having the opportunity to rebuild. I was actually thinking this morning about this week's episode of The Walking Dead, and I didn't watch it until yesterday afternoon. I was glad that I watched it in the afternoon, not in the evening. I was more awake and could focus on it. Not that I necessarily need to focus on The Walking Dead normally, but this episode was really interesting because it showed yet another culture that, society had, everything's been scrapped, right? Civilization is gone. And people are rebuilding in various ways. And this episode this week showed another point of view, another person's way of rebuilding. You had Rick and the gang and how they want to rebuild based on love and family and relationships. You had the cannibals based on, we're just going to do whatever we have to do to survive. You had the governor based on, I used to be a wimp and now I'm tough and don't mess with me. And there's these various methods, these various ideals on which people have built these little mini cultures. And as we have this opportunity now at this time where I do really feel like there's potential to reform our nation, or to some extent our culture. And I think a question that for all of us is to look back over history and just say, okay, what has worked? And the republic has worked for a while. A republic can work. And that video, that's such a great video about the different forms of government. Everything except a republic, all forms of government, trickle down, eventually become an oligarchy. And our republic has now become an oligarchy, but took a long, long, long time. So if we can, reform our republic and maybe hit the reset button, get a fresh start, I think that there's potential there. And as I was just considering all these ideas this morning, one of the phrases that I think of often and that I thought of this morning is considering how to reform, how to get a fresh start. Jules' beautiful lyric in this beautiful song, Life Uncommon, no longer lend our strength to that which we wish to be free from. And whether it's pertaining to church, government, even family life, the things that tend to limit us, constrain us, and take away our freedom, control us, are not things that we want to invest our strength in. No longer lend our strength to that which we wish to be free from. When something is bleeding us dry, sucking the life out of us, if we can stop feeding that thing and not lend our strength to to that kind of entity. And for the good news of the day, can I guarantee 100% this is true? No, I can't. But I hope it's true, and I would like to think that it's true. Poofness midweek report, the TRN is fully Basel III compliant. All global events can now take place. And some hope here for Uncle Sam to get a little restoration. And I definitely hope that this is true. Thank you for tuning in for today's 99th Monkey Liberty News. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Hoping that you will love one another, take care, no longer lend your strength to that which you wish to be free from, and insist on liberty and justice for all.